I'm Dr. Anthony Harper here. Blessed to be with Mr. Mike Lindell. He's with My Pillow. He's got some good news for you, our audience. So, Mr. Lindell, thank you for joining me and our audience. So, what is the good news that you wanted to share mainly with our audience?
Well, as everybody knows, I've been fighting to secure our elections for about 4.5 years now, and My Pillow and myself have been the most attacked company probably in history. This goes back to lawfare, where they sued the machine companies, voting machine companies, sued over 100 individuals and platforms like media platforms and one company, My Pillow. But during that time, there was also where I had the cyber symposium in the summer of 2021 in August, where I invited all these cyber guys to show the evidence I had there, and I invited the media and politicians. And what came out of there was a very, I'll call it, it was corrupt. It was this guy named Zeidman had went after this $5 million, which all the other cyber guys said, yes, this data is from the 2020 election. And to make a long story short, he went to a binding arbitration, and it was, I think it was very corrupt. There were three members on the panel, and they changed the rules of the contest and said that I owed $5 million. And in April of 2023, that came out in worldwide news. Mike Lindell's evidence is no good. He owes $5 million. And they used that as a narrative to any time I was doing stuff. Well, you don't have any evidence anyway. You lost in court. Well, we took that to district court and appealed it, because normally binding arbitration is binding arbitration. The district court then said, they did something wrong there, but we're not going to overturn it. And my attorney said, Mike, it's 1 in millions that if you went to federal court that they would overturn something like this. And I said, it's the truth. No, we're going forward. We're going to keep fighting and going forward. Well, we did that last November, brought it to the 8th District in the 8th Circuit in Minnesota before these federal judges. And just 2 days ago, you guys have made national news. We won. We won. And it is so significant that we won, because now, as the president and from the top down, and my team's on the ground from the bottom up to get to the bottom of the 2020 election, to get these, you remember he's going to put in a special prosecutor to go back and get to the bottom of it and get these people held accountable. And then also going forward, his executive order to get to paper ballots and counted. We need this to show people, say, hey, here's all this evidence that shows that our elections are being manipulated and controlled by the uniparty and by other people, or by the deep state globalists. And so this was so significant. I was so happy, I couldn't tell you. And sure enough, all the media in the world kept calling me up, and the stories all came out. And it's kind of changed too, because they actually put good pictures of me for a change, and they actually said positive things instead of spinning it. Of course, we don't have Fox and Newsmax are silent about it, and which is to be expected, because they will never, put out of being cowards, they will never report anything about the elections. So.
Okay, Mr. Lindell, was Dominion voting machines, that company, were they suing you as well?
Yeah, Dominion, Smartmatic, and they did as well, and they for billions of dollars. And they now one of that case too, about a month ago, the one with one of the Dominion, one of their affiliates, My Pillow won that. So where these are back-to-back wins, I believe, and My Pillow came out of that 100% vindicated. Now this was so important too, because imagine, everybody, if you're an advertiser. I just told this to the New York Times and stuff when they were in the last couple of days talking to them. I go, imagine when you guys, you have an advertiser in the paper, and something said that that somebody sues for defamation or some crazy lawsuit, but you also sue the advertisers because or you're on a TV show and some host says something that gets sued and you sue the advertiser. This would have set a precedent. If My Pillow would have lost, nobody would want to advertise anywhere, on any station or on any place where you're questioning not just elections, you could be questioning anything. And so that was a huge win. Now the other cases, they're out there. They said this has all been lawfare. There's one for 1.3 billion against My Pillow, myself, and because I choose to use my First Amendment right of free speech to question these machine companies and these that control our elections. By the way, we pay for these machines out of our taxpayer dollars. I mean, if you can't question if you have a problem with your bank account and you're going, wait a minute, my balance is different. You go to your bank, what's the first thing they do? They look inside the computers and say, oh, here, we found it. We found the problem. But these machine companies say, no, no, no. Even if you ask to look, we're going to sue you. And that's what they did. They tried to suppress our voices 4 years ago, but it didn't work. We're yelling to the top of the rooftops.
Well, this is also related to some really good news for President Trump, about all the evidence that was against him about there's some treasonous behavior on the part of Obama as well.
Right,
This is
right.
good news for both of you. And it was great to see you at the White House yesterday.
Yeah.
And you've got quite a busy schedule. You've got some good news here, and a lot of people are praying for you. And
well, thank you. And I want to tell everybody, keep the faith. You guys the prayers, we need the prayers, but we've got the president and I talk, he put out an executive order to secure our elections. He wants to get 132 countries have banned the electronic voting machine. We want to be the 133rd country. I mean, Argentina did it 2 years ago, freed their whole country and got rid of these machines because one judge said, hey, they got to go. And so this is great. These are many victories, but we need to get to the finish line here and get rid of them. I always say, melt them down and turn them into prison bars. We recycle. And so I'm just telling everybody, if you guys want to check it out, you can go to mypillowtrial.com. You can get updated there and everything and help out with prayers and help the cause. We're moving forward with the teams on the ground, and the president's got him and I are just in lockstep to get secure our elections. And I believe that's the number one concern of the people right now. That because if they steal the midterms, where are we going to be at? We don't want to see all these great things that are going on to be in vain or just a little blip in history. We need it to be long term. I think God's given us these big platforms, and I always say to the president, this is all in God's timing, and even we get not to be we got to be patient here, but we also got to be very aggressive and proactive going forward. So this will really help a lot.
Well, we continue to pray for My Pillow for you, Mr. Lindell.
Well, thank you.
In these efforts to deal with lawfare, President Trump has dealt with that. He won and found the evidence against Obama, and so continuously we pray that justice will be done. And thank you for sharing this good news, Mr. Lindell. And for more information about My Pillow, where do people find the information again?
Yeah, you can go to mypillowtrial.com to learn all about the election stuff and help support us and everything that you can do, prayers and support. It's all going to help save our country. And we have a big appeal coming up that we have to win too. That's in I believe that starts August 15th. And that's for another part. I think I've been sued so many times with different things here, I can't keep track of them all. But we sure give God the glory, and you guys' help out there that can help in any way possible. That's mypillowtrial.com.
Well, thank you, Mr. Lindell, for sharing this good news.
Thank you, Doctor.
Look forward to talking with you later.
All right, thank you, Doctor.